Hopefully everyone's doing okay. It is Wednesday, 11:30. I have some time to do a quick midday video to go over where things are at and what I'm thinking and how we could be reacting here. I'm going to just before I get started, I want to see the link. Once I get the link, I will put it out there. As of right now, make sure you've read the disclosure. And let's get to hold on, we don't get to that one. Let's go to this while you're waiting. Here's the link. You're going to see me retweet it right now. Live. How bad is spell check? Live, public, midday. Okay, midday call. SPX, Apple, Tesla. I'm going to just go over a bunch of them. Netflix. Wow, Netflix is real strong. All right, guys. You guys have listened enough. By the way, basically what you're looking at right there is t3live.com/RAA. That is my product, Redler All Access, that some of you guys are all members of. Some guys, just are members of the public Twitter. So before we move on, what I also have to do is I have to show you the VTF, which is just for compliance purposes. We always want to be compliant. Here I am. Hey, my name is Scott Redler, Chief Strategic Officer. Here is the chat room, the Trader Hub, where all the guys are talking about what they're seeing and whatnot. Basically, I could talk to them. Well, I could say hi. It shows right up live. So that's what I do is I talk to the people on the VTF all day long, starting from when I'm in at 6:30. I try not to talk too much because I'm writing my note. I want to be taken off it. That's usually after I do my video. So if you look over here, I didn't do a whole heck of a lot. If you remember, last time you saw this, there was probably like 20 plus names on there. So last Thursday, Friday, when the S&P changed and we lost the 8-day and the 21-day and key stocks broke momentum levels, I reduced my positions from 20 to like 5. That's what I call going from portfolio approach to tactical approach. Basically, if you look at the chart of the S&P, pretty much from here, okay, all the way up to about there, I had 5 to 25 positions on with the hedge, with the spider hedge. Few times, like this time right here, okay, I reduced, and then I was able to pretty much stay in and then get back involved with most of my longs, and then we resumed the uptrend. Did the same thing here, where we broke the 8-day, got out of probably 3/4 of my loose longs, and what happened after regrouping here, the market, caught its breath and took back the 8-day, and they made another new high. And this time was a little different. This time you had your loose and wide trade while I was on the beach in Miami. I'm like, I got stopped out of a few things because I couldn't call my trade desk all day long. They would crush me. Like, Red Dog, you're on vacation. You're not supposed to be trading so much. So I put some stops in different places, and I couldn't overtrade it and be in front of my screen. So I got out of stuff on that loose wide there. Remember, I'm like, it would have been better if they just kept it down. Well, they didn't. Hold on, let me turn this off on this day, but then it made me easier on this day to get rid of some because I was already out of a lot of my trades on Thursday. So right here, I still had the spiders on short. I still had a lot of VIX calls, and then all of a sudden, this day was a great day. I wasn't in that many longs. I was kind of net short. I made good money, and then yesterday was a little tricky. Yesterday, I really wasn't expecting for them to hit it and break this 32.14 so fast. For some of those guys who love to be short, it was a great setup. You had 3 down days, bounce up, broke 32.14, and then whack. So there, right there, was a good short setup. For today, I think most guys probably wanted the market to open down where it was at 4 in the morning. I think we were down 30, 40 handles testing. The 200-day, which is below the 200-day, is 379. So let's put that in there, 3,079. So with that said, that is here. Okay, so this is what we have. So far, what have we done today? We just had a reflex move back towards, a little less than half of this wide range bar. So it's really not that big of a bounce. It's just an oversold bounce. The oscillator was minus 80. Guys were like, hey, I covered my shorts yesterday. Where could I reshort? I was like, you know what? I'd probably wait to maybe a retest of this 32.14 area. Okay, considering where we were, you could start shorting here, then all of a sudden tomorrow or tonight the president speaks, something happens, it pushes to here and you can't cover. So, this was the easy, feeble type of bounce area. So now even maybe it goes sideways a little bit and goes a little bit more. But this will be a key. If the sellers really have some power, they probably don't let it get back above this. So come in, come up, and then fade lower. Every other time that's happened, the bears lost control. Remember this break of the 8, they came in, came up right here. The bears had control. You had an inside day, and then they took it out. Okay, and then all of a sudden, they no longer had control of the tape. Here, they started their process. So in here, if it would have stayed in here and broke this, all of a sudden that would have happened. So now here, you'll probably have the same kind of situation where it tries to, work off the over sold condition and maybe continue up towards here. Right now, this is your point of reference now. What's this high? 3182. That is your reactionary morning high. So if you happen to say, hey, I want to be short today, I don't want to wait till 32 and change, you could be short and this could be your stop. And if you're long, you could say, hey, I'm long versus this and this could be my stop, which is a lot of room. So what I would do is if you take a quick look back here, okay, just so you know, I came in long spiders overnight. Okay, I took it on the close, and if you remember Redler All Access, I actually tweeted to them at 355 says, I want it down open, but I'm taking some spies just in case I'm long from 312.55. Then it shows, I actually bought more, in the beginning, which was a nice buys because I think we were still 314, 315. And then I trimmed some into that first move up to 317 and change, and then I bought some back, and then I trimmed some, and then I bought some back. And the VTF gets to see that live. I traded Apple, bought 930, 931, trimmed some, and then by accident I got overfilled. But what happened there? So I bought the open 930, 930, sold some when it rallied like $2. Then into 944 area. Hold on, I got shortish, which was the first time it went to 293, which was a resistance area. Came in, covered. And then I just shorted into that my next area, which was like 297. So those were day trades. Tesla I played for a bounce to go green, and then BCRX all of a sudden came up on a filter. So I bought it. I remembered it being one of those coronavirus plays, and that was that. Let's see what everyone's talking about here still. I think Carl is in net. Tesla weekly call spreads being swept, and then you have some leftover. By the way, I still have some call spreads on. By the way, the VIX I just bought today. Okay, I sold the VIX into the harsh move down, and now I just nibbled a little bit, into this first bounce, and I'm waiting to buy more into that other area, the 3214 area. Beyond, I have a call spread. I bought the 120s and I sold. Where's the Beyond? Did I not sell the Beyond calls to make a call spread? Okay, maybe not. That would be good. So anyway, I'm long the 120s and I got to create a call spread for earnings. Tesla's flashing. That means I might be selling some of my 1000s because I bought back the 1000. Where is it? The Tesla, the 1100s. I have a call spread. The 1000 I bought, I sold the 1100s, and that was what's it called? Like a net cost of 9. It had a big move into 945. Unfortunately, I came in here and I sold my Tesla. I made good money, but I guess it's got to be up right now. Actually, watch. What price is Tesla as I could talk to everybody? It must be, if I just saw that print, I guess it's got to be probably like 805 to 810. Let's see, 805 to 810. So this just shows you how real time we all are. We're real traders. We're not just educators. We're not, blowing smoke up your you-know-what. We're here to trade and make money. Oh, 811. Huh, damn it. Anyway, it's good. I guess I should have kept. We saw the flows coming in. Saw that relative strengths before. But it's fine. I have the call spreads on, which is good. Anyway, so that's that. And then Netflix, I have a call spread on also. And today Netflix happens to be one of the strongest names. So let's go back to the charts now. So that's that. So here we are in there. Okay. Apple, okay, decent snapback, still below, okay, where it broke down from in the gap. the reason why I first got short the 393 halves, because that was the first spot I thought it should stop at, and then 397, and now I'm doing nothing here. I did buy it when it went from red to green. You saw that. It was a nice buy. If all of a sudden you're like, holy cow, how do I see all this stuff and how do I get Redler All Access? One more time, t3live.com/Redler All Access is my service. You could sign up just for a month and try it. If you didn't have a fantastic fourth quarter, which I had my best since 1998, and I also had a fantastic January. I lost a little bit yesterday, but I was almost on the highs of my year, even with this 2,000 point decline. So I don't just buy things. I actually manage portfolios, risk, and whatever. So just join. Anyway, let's go back. So here's Apple. If you go to the daily chart, you'll see why I did that. So this was your first pause, okay, which was this 393, which is why I figured it would be a decent short at first. Kind of where it broke down from. First thing was a buy. It was a buy when it took this out. Sorry. Damn it. All right. When it took this out, that was a nice buy. Came in here, paused, and then next time it got here, it was not a short. It was more of a buy. And then anyway, this is where it is now. So if you look here on the daily chart, it kind of broke down from here. This was where, so this would be a likely spot for bigger resistance. If you look at this going sideways, I know it spent a lot of time above this the prior day. So this is a spot where some people who are trapped might want to sell. Remember that day? We bought it in the hole, came up, spent the whole day here, broke, boom, now it's right here. So it's in a likely spot for it to pause midday, just, showing tactically. I like to also give you guys education as I'm doing this, and as I run through it, I just have ideas in my head that I pop out there, and hopefully, you can relate. Anyway, so that's that. So as far as Netflix, take a look. Just take a look at the difference here, okay, for now. All right, so this is the gap. Okay, this is now 3 lower highs. I just, wrote all over this, so it's a little dirty. And now look at Netflix. Netflix is already filled the gap. It's back above the 8 and 21 day, never went to the 50 day. Also, look at Apple. Apple is below the 50 day. So Apple is weaker than Netflix. So in my humble opinion, I feel like Netflix is going to be the first stock if we stabilize and just say, we don't go down much more than we've been going down. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I think Netflix is going to be the one to really go. Okay. You had a red dog reversal sell here. It broke that spot, came in, and now regrouped. Now, if you want to take a look, you go take a look at the bigger pattern again. And, it kind of made a higher low. If you want to draw this just like plainly, so it held where it had to, and from here to there, makes some sense to pull in. Plus the market was so weak, but it didn't pull in that much. So next time it gets above this, maybe it does really act better. The whole Disney news probably helped it also. So looking at it closely, this is something I would not be fighting short. If anything, I'd be looking potentially long. And I'm still in a call spread. I might have to figure out a way to get more exposure here. Facebook, I haven't traded in a while. Look at how weak this is, okay? First of all, remember the 8 and 21 day rule? Well, I was very long it in here when it was above the 8 and 21 day. Look at that nice ad right there, too. I don't take stock into earnings. I take options, but I did not take Facebook options into earnings because I didn't like the setup. So anyway, gap down, filled it, little red dog reversal sell. What does that mean? It got above this and failed. Okay, after filling the gaps, it was a perfect alignment. Then you had what people call a bear flag, boom. And now this isn't doing a whole hell of a lot, not much of a bounce here. So this is, to me, one of the worst FANG names as far as moving forward. So you should take care with that. By the way, these are pretty good, these polar seltzers. I used to drink Diet Coke. I don't drink that much. I don't drink that much of this anyway either. So that's that. What's Tesla doing? Oh, look at Tesla reclaimed. Look at that. A red dog reversal in Tesla. Isn't that nice? Nice. I'm kidding. Anyway, this low here is what? 787, and reclaimed it. Never got back to the 21 days. So this also is stronger than a lot of other names out there. Why is it stronger than other names? Because you have this S&P almost at the 200 day, and this just broke the 8 day and held above the 21 day and reclaimed this. So this is still considered a strong name. Granted, it didn't have as much momentum as it broke this. And if you got out yesterday, you could have bought it today lower. You always want, if you get out higher, to be able to buy a lower, especially after market discovery. Now you're having a low here. This low here is 767. So this is here, and it's that still works there. So now you put 767. That's your new point of reference that the market gave you today after market discovery. That's what we look for, right? Market discovery. And now I would think that this would be some resistance into here, or maybe 822, which was the prior low. It cost me money to come here and do this video because I didn't stay with my Tesla long besides my options. Anyway, that's that. In new issue land, I'm still in my beyond call spread. Well, actually, no, I just looked at it. I don't have a call spread. I just have calls, which is good. And what do I have? I have the 120s, and I'm going to sell the 130s. It'll probably cost me $2-3, and if it gets above 130, I'll make 7. I don't love it just for the way the market is right now. It's like, they're not really letting things go, and this is still a high valuation name, even though I do think the growth is going to be spectacular. I just don't know the kind of market if they're going to let anything gap up and go. If anything, they'll let it gap up and sell, and if we have options, it's going to be tricky. But anyway, I am in a call spread. This is acting well. This is where I made a really nice amount of money. If you guys remember, to start the year, I was long the stock, I was long the options, and now it's going sideways. I think Peloton is kind of cool. You have a red dog reversal down here, took out this lower area, and back into this zone. After 3 days, would I be buying it? Probably not. But there's been lots of ways to navigate this. Work. Hanging out here. I was long it from in here, sold some strength, and then I just got out of it yesterday. But if the longer it stays here, maybe and the market proves that it might not fall apart, maybe I'll be buying it again in here. Yesterday I did sell. I know it's very risky. I sold I sold calls on the TLT because I thought it was way too extended. Now it's hanging here, so I have to be a bit careful that it doesn't try and take this out because the 8-day is moving up, and it did hang in there. I bought a little bit back today. I sold the 152 halves for like 60 cents, and I bought them back for 22 cents, and now I have to be a little careful. So we'll see if I just want to wash it out. Still could go here for a little bit, but wow, pretty impressive that it held in there. Listen, it's 11:48. I think I went over enough. Some ways to navigate intraday, some charts, some spots to look ahead at, and I do a morning call video that's probably twice the size of this every day, to going over what I'm looking at to make active cash flow in the morning, on top of my 14 to 20 charts that I post. I usually give 1 or 2 on the public Twitter, but I do 14 to 20 in Redler All Access. If you're lacking ideas and you're lacking guidance and you want help, I'm here to help. And this is my promo slide, t3live.com/RAA. Join for a month. If you trade, real time, and you actually took the time to watch this for 20 minutes, why not go for a month and then hopefully become part of my community forever? So with that said, I wish you guys all well, and I will see you soon. Good luck the rest of the